package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail those shoot 'em ups, and that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with a package in the mail all the way from the Netherlands, and it's a multi-cart for the Colecovision collection of SG-1000 games. Let's open the package up. Right, so very nicely packaged. Get rid of that box. So I actually have a almost complete collection of the SG-1000 games, but I thought this was a good novelty to get them all collected on one multi-cart, but so you can play them on the Coleco. I think there's some extras on here too. So 90 plus games apparently, and it's interesting that some of the ones that are on there that aren't actually in my SG-1000 collection, but I don't think they're I think some of these are some other MSX ports as well. But there's the original SG-1000, the first version of the console. I have a Mark II myself personally, which is a slightly more robust version. This original version, the controls were hardwired and everything like that. But there's some very quite interesting, unique games to the SG-1000. Some of them I quite enjoy. And honestly, I've only got about 2 titles to go on my collection. Also, the SG-1000 has a slightly different version of Zaxxon to the Coleco version. And the MSX actually has both of those versions, so there's 2 different versions of Zaxxon. And it's slightly different, the other one, and it's quite interesting. Yeah, so it comes in a box, and the box is quite nicely done. We'll open him up. So in here we of course have the cartridge. Full size, front label, just interesting thing. I reckon these are 3D printed, but they're pretty good quality. And yeah, the sticker looks nice. This is sort of like, I think this cartridge format is sort of like the CBS format of the cartridge. Now we have a divider inside, so the box is quite solid, and we have a little manual. And a complete list of the games. Okay, so they've done it with like a translator emulator. The Coleco and the SG-1000 are virtually identical hardware-wise. So the SG-1000 has slightly faster VRAM because one of the main problems of the Coleco is they got the cheapest video RAM they could get their hands on at the time. It's the #1 failure point on the console is the video RAM giving up the ghost, and the timings are a little different. But they have got this running stably, I believe. They did have this is from the second batch too, by the way. Just missed out on the first batch. And the first batch has issues running on the Phoenix due to those tight timings, but I believe they fixed it with this version. I'm going to play it on normal Colecovision though. So there's 90 plus games on here, so we're not going to play all of those, but we'll do a selected sample of maybe some of my favourite SG-1000 titles. But we'll have a look at how the menu works and see what it's like. So let's go plug it in and try that now. Right, so here we go. I have the cartridge plugged into my Colecovision. Now, mine is a power Colecovision, which it detected when it started up, which is cool. And we have a menu with lots and lots of titles on it. I'm actually curious because I believe this is one of the games that I don't have in my SG-1000 collection, so I'm going to give this one a go. joy, one. Oh, you got left and right buttons, yeah, okay. I'm a James Bond fanatic, so. Oh, I think this is the same as the Colecovision. Oops! Ah, got me. Oh, I can find it. Of course I can. Oh, can we jump up this way? So, you know, it's a, shall we say, a scramble super cobra. So I might be rubbish at it, but it has its own attraction to play. Oh. Oh dear. Well, we better have a really quick look at these because I've got so many to get through now. Bomberman Special. So once again, some of these are very much SG-1000 games. Bomberjack's actually quite harder to get, one of the card games. They came in card or cartridge, and it's quite well done. Oops. So in Bomberjack, where? You're supposed to get the bombs in like the sparkle order, and missed it. Got it. And when you get this power, you can go and bash up the dice. So obviously a bit of flickery mess, but it actually plays quite well. There's a version of Bomberjack, just like my rubbish playing. It's not really doing any good. So once again, quick look at each game. I'll have to play some of them more later. The Bomberman Special. I don't recall that one in my actual collection. So maybe this is going to highlight some titles that I don't have. Bomberman came out as a card game on MSX. And this looks identical. So obviously you have to set bombs. You start off with a fairly small bomb pattern, and you're not just, you need to, I mean you can just kill the guys, but if you destroy some of the maze you will find some hidden items. So at the moment we can only play one bomb at a time. We just got to be careful of the original pattern. And it fixed skulls a little bit. The gate to exit. Oh! I don't think you're supposed to bomb the gate. But it's the original version of Bomberman, where Bomberman came from. Bomberman is a great game. There's some really good games. I'm not going to be able to. And you've got all the champion games, which are all the sports games, and it has a really good version of Load Runner as well. Now some of these have been ported across previously by other people to the Colecovision, and by ported I mean grabbing the original code, changing a couple of things in them. So, not what I do. Choplift is really good. Now, it says Circus Charlie is a Konami game, and I don't believe Konami actually released their titles for the SG-1000, so I say that's a homebrew conversion. Now, we'll play Dragon Wang. Actually took me quite a while to get my copy of this. So once again, not a super common, and it's Kung Fu Fighter basically, but it's not the same as the version on the MSX. Oh, yes. But I will say this for it, it's not as hard. Oh, it knocked me down. It doesn't want me to go that way. Ah, trats. It's been a little while since I played this. Oh, almost dead. Yeah, so you need to explore the house. Oh, drat you. Oh, I'm dead. But it's quite a cool game, so well worth playing that one. Elevator action. The elevator action version on this is slightly different to the MSX version. Exurian is quite well done, similar to the MSX version. Flicky is really good fun game, and the pre-version to the one that's on the Mega Drive. Flipper is a really good pinball game. The SG-1000 version of Galaga is an earlier version of Galaga than the MSX version. Girl's Garden is quite an original game. Cave is a really good horizontal shooter. Hero is a little bit different than the MSX and other versions. We've got different characters. The Hypersports one was definitely for it. Once again, some of these are MSX, and we've got an actual normal load runner. There were two different versions. There was a kart version and there was a card version. What am I looking for? I'm looking for one of the first games I played on the SG-1000, which almost made me buy an SC-3000 computer as my next computer after my TI-99. But I ended up buying the Spectre Video 318 instead. I was this close to getting this because it had this game on it, which is a very nice Sega arcade game, and I absolutely loved it. So you get all your ships to start with, and they're in a formation. And you can actually run into the side of the thing. So. Oh, and you can bomb to it. Space. This is quite actually one of my favourite SG-1000 games. Got him. Then you get Super Mode, where you turn into big sprites. doctor the thing, and that's the end of the level. And then we go again. So as I said, and it's got quite a lot of variety and gets nice and hard. So that one's worth playing on the system all by itself. Also has Black Onyx, that's on the MSX as well. A bit of an RPG. Wonder Boy is really good on this. And here we go. This is another one I wanted to show you. So Zaxxon. So this is different to the Colecovision, but it's also available on the MSX because it's two different versions. And I quite like this version because it has a little bit more detail in it. So you already can see the main chip is a different detail, and there's more detail in the actual environment. We need to shoot the tank a bit for fuel. There's that extra little bit of colour, so it's gone for rather than trying to make the game look more like the original arcade game, it's actually making the game better on the system, if you know what I mean. Actually shot that bit. Get fuel before you go in. Now this is the outer space fight section. Oh, okay. I forgot it has distinct levels. Oh, and you've got to shoot the satellites to get fuel. Remember, running low on fuel, alright. So it has distinct stages. Then we go into attack. There is the Atom version of Zaxxon. But it still looks like the original. And I don't mind this version. Zaxxon. So as you can see, I'm actually going through a bit more infrastructure stages before we get to fight Zaxxon. Alright, we'll leave it at that because obviously not looking at each one. Another one that's quite good, Zoom 909. It's sort of like a precursor to Buck Rogers. I'm not sure what Arno Dash is. Yamoto is actually quite a good sub type game, but let's have a go at Wonder Boy. This is really well done. On the MSX there's a card version of Wonder Boy as well, but this version has different graphics. Sort of pop up in front of you. once again, they've departed from making the game look like the original a little bit, for the sake of putting a bit more detail on it. As you can see, it's a little bit of a flicky, updated. And they have departed a little bit from the game's level structure. So by now I would have, in the arcade game, I would have a skateboard. Ah, I jumped on it. It's quite cool. So, I'm not really sure what that one is. Soldier Star Force is another. This is another game that differs from the MSX version. And is in itself quite a decent shooter. You can just hold the fire button down. And do remember we are playing power here, so the games are going to run. So on the SG-1000 they only run at one speed, which is 60. Force, you've got to take out the enemies and infrastructure. Just taking out certain infrastructure will actually give you power up. So another good, decent shoot 'em up title. So there's heaps on here. And there's some really good games. I mean, Space Invaders. Sinbad Mystery is actually a really good 3D like maze game. Rock and Bolt, another good platformer. It has its own version of Q-Bert, which is different from the Colecovision. I'm having trouble with that. Because I'm using this arcade stick, I'm having a lot of trouble. I can't actually go down. Right, we might leave that. Might be best using a controller for that one. Yeah, some of these titles did not come out on the SG-1000, like Pitfall 2 and things. I think some of these are homebrew conversions of MSX games across to the SG-1000. And others are actual. Now here's another one that's worth showing. I'll probably end on this one. Mikey's really good too, and I'll be interested in having a look at Match Break Up. But anyway, I'll end on Ninja Printers because we're probably getting a bit long. There are so many great games on here. This one, Ninja Princess, is the prequel to The Ninja on the Master System, which is one of my favourite early games for the Master System. There's the Ninja Princess. Just ninjas, and I'm doing an absolute rubbish job at it. And you've got to make it through the different stages and collect scrolls and everything like that. It's a really good fun game. I used to love the Ninja on the Master System. It's just flick screen scrolling rather than... Other than... The enemies stay around. Vicious. Don't even hide behind me. Right, there's a scroll. So that's one of the scrolls. Oh, got me. Just a bit of an ending. So it's got a bit of a story and everything like that. It's a really, really good game. It's one of my favourite games on the SG-1000 and one of my favourite games on the Master System as well. So a huge collection of games on there. I can't possibly go through them all. I tried to stick with the true SG-1000 games there, but I didn't cover them all. SG-1000 collection is quite a big collection of games. I'm only missing a couple of physical cartridges. I even had a couple of the educational titles. It's a really good system, and that's actually quite a convenient way to play them. They seem to play reasonably well. I think there might be a bit more flickering on one of those, especially the Wonder Boy title. It didn't quite look the same, but I haven't played them for a little while, so I could be things. And of course, we're playing at 50 Hertz here instead of 60, and on the SG-1000 I've been playing at 60. So excellent collection cartridge. Very happy to have it in my collection. I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.